All right, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the classic book, The Millionaire Next Door, but with a twist. We're going to turn its biggest insights into a practical, daily playbook that you can actually use to build your own wealth. So, let's get right into it.
Okay, so when you hear the word millionaire, what's the first thing that pops into your head? You're probably picturing flashy sports cars, giant mansions, designer everything, right? I mean, that's the image we see all over the place. But it turns out, for most actual millionaires, that picture could not be further from the truth.
And this quote, this just gets right to the absolute heart of it. See, the real path to wealth isn't about some lucky lottery ticket or a surprise inheritance. Nope. It's about something way more achievable, but honestly a lot less glamorous. Just consistent, disciplined choices that you make day in and day out.
So, first things first, we've got to dismantle this millionaire myth, the one we're constantly being sold, and uncover the surprising truth about how most truly wealthy people actually live their lives. Here are the common threads, and they're all about making conscious choices. They choose to manage their money quietly instead of showing it off. They live frugally, they actually set aside time for financial planning, and they fight that constant pressure to upgrade their house every few years. It's a total shift in focus from short-term appearances to long-term financial freedom. Okay, so now let's get to the core of our playbook. We're going to break this down into 3 simple daily habits that together create an incredibly strong financial defense. And here they are, your 3 pillars. And each one of these is a daily practice. It's all about consistently playing defense with your money, really getting what you're spending is costing you in the long run, and consciously saying no to that urge to spend more just because you earn more. So, think of your finances like you're coaching a sports team. A great offense, that's your income, is awesome, for sure, but you are never going to win without a rock-solid defense. Playing financial defense means you protect what you earn, and that all starts with a budget. You just have to know where your money's going if you want to stop it from just vanishing. Next up is a pretty big mental shift. Every single time you spend money, you're not just giving up that cash today, you're also giving up what that cash could have turned into down the road. This is what's known as opportunity cost, and it's like a hidden price tag on every single thing you buy.
Let's see this in action, because this makes it really clear. That $5,000 luxury item? Yeah, it might feel great in the moment, but let's be real, its value is probably going to drop like a rock. But that same $5,000, if you invest it, well, it has the potential to grow, to multiply, and actually start working for you over time. That, right there, is the true cost.
And finally, we have got to talk about the silent wealth killer. I mean, this is the thing that can sabotage even the highest earners, and it happens so slowly, you might not even notice it's happening. We're talking about lifestyle creep.
And here's the trap, right? You get a raise, so you think, maybe a nicer car. You get a bonus, so you start eating out at fancier places. Your spending just inflates right along with your income, and it leaves you with nothing extra to save or invest. The key is to consciously decide to keep your lifestyle pretty much the same as your income goes up and put all that extra cash to work for you instead.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to pivot from our personal habits to a broader mindset, how we help our families. And the research here shows something that's really, it's counterintuitive about giving money away.
This is such a tough question for so many parents. Of course you want to help your kids get a good start in life. And, giving them cash seems like the most direct way to do that. But is it actually setting them up for success?
Well, the surprising answer from the research is a pretty clear no. It turns out that frequent cash gifts, what the book calls economic outpatient care, can totally backfire. It doesn't just create financial dependency, it creates a psychological one too. It can actually stop them from developing those crucial skills like resourcefulness, resilience, and financial discipline. The very skills they need to build wealth on their own.
So, the greatest gift you can possibly give isn't cash, it's capability. A far better legacy is to teach financial discipline, to encourage independent problem solving, and to foster a real sense of personal responsibility. I mean, that is a gift that doesn't just get spent, it compounds and grows over a lifetime.
So we've covered the habits, we've covered the mindset. Now for our final section, a really practical tool you can use to check in on your own wealth-building journey.
The book gives us this wonderfully simple little formula to benchmark your progress. Okay, so you take your age, you multiply that by your annual pre-tax income, and then you just divide that whole thing by 10. And it's really important to remember this is based on what you've earned, so it doesn't include any inheritances.
So go ahead, take a second, run the numbers for yourself. Seriously, this isn't about judgment, it's just a data point. It's a quick check-in to see if your financial habits are actually putting you on the path you want to be on. Are you ahead of the curve, or is there maybe a little ground to make up?
Look, if there is one single thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Becoming wealthy isn't about being lucky. It's not about being born into the right family. It is the direct result of 1,000 tiny, disciplined, and yet often unglamorous choices that you make every single day.
So, the playbook is laid out for you. The habits themselves are simple, but that doesn't always mean they're easy. The real question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to play better financial defense? Are you going to stop and think about the opportunity cost on your next purchase? What's the one habit, the one, that you'll commit to starting today?